4 amulet slots. So many amulets, but few of them are actually useful. Puppet Destroyer's Amulet, only 10 to 15% more damage, not really helping. Carrier's Amulet, yeah, that's a difference. 6% more weight, or Carrier's Amulet plus 1, 11% more weight. That's good. Let me show you the absolute ST amulets that make you go from frustration to fun in no time, and their locations. Trying to keep the spoilers minimal. Right now I'm at 56% weight, and I'm just wearing the heaviest frame for damage reduction, a acidic corrosion converter so I don't get acidic that much, and I'm having a big shock cartridge on to not get shocked, plus a normal liner. So the standard equipment. But I'm already at 56% load, and I'll be damned if I go slightly heavy. That's where the Carrier's Amulet comes in extremely early. This is the normal version, which gives you 6% more weight, and this is the +1 version, which gives you in total 11% more weight. The normal one, extremely early. Beat Vanini Factory, King of Flames, and afterwards in the underground part, there's the steampunk puppet with a shovel in hand slamming it down. Kill that guy, Carrier's Amulet. Easiest way to kill him, strafe left around. Avoids most attacks, stab him in the back, stagger him, done. The +1 amulet is achieved quite later, as you get into the central station again a second time. The Krat Central Station Lobby Stargazer. You walk up, turn to the left, and there's a Trinity room. That Trinity room, Carrier Amulet +1. One of my favorite amulets that keeps you continuously healthy is called the Recharge Amulet. Restores HP continuously. And yes, in NG Plus, you can actually find a better version of that. It greatly helps in boss fights as you're continuously just soaking HP back in, but also as you're just normal playing through the game, because you're going to hit things, you're going to get hit, and as you see now, my HP just slowly but steadily ticks up. But it's not even for the infight thingy, because as soon as I beat this guy right now, and if I feel like I want to go with max HP into the next fight, usually I always use a pulse cell straight away, but right now I'll just continue existing, and that's about it. I mean, my HP fight is done. My HP is on the way to already be maxed out, and I can just go in the next fight with almost maxed out HP without wasting a pulse cell, and I'm able to easier progress through the game. It's quite easy to find the barren swamp because you can't actually miss it. You're walking over a bridge approaching this tower that you have to go through to activate the shortcut to the Stargazer, the entrance Stargazer. But instead of going further to Alidoro, you actually head up the tower, the ladder, kill the Centurion puppet, and get your recovery amulet. Now with these two amulets, we would be around, what, 52%? Sounds good. The third one would be a special amulet. Special amulets can be bought with Boss Ergo from Alidoro. If you do not have Alidoro yet, he can be found in the cathedral right before fighting Bishop Andreas. There's an elevator you can't miss. Go up, unlock Alidoro. Afterwards, you can buy weapons, but also amulets. And there's quite a trinity of really amazing ones that fit to every single build. There's the Dancing One's amulet, enables dodging with low stamina. There's the Nameless One Amulet after beating Andreas for more pulse cells. I'll demonstrate them in a second. But the most important one is halfway through the game after beating Champion Victor, temporarily increases physical damage up in a successful attack. Physical damage, important, doesn't work that good with advanced builds. The Dancing One's amulet is heavy. Yes, I mean, that's 20 weight. And if I wanted to wear it, I would really need my Carrier Amulet +1 to even be able to wear it, or I would have to give up on some of my heavyweight radiators and my frames to get away from that slightly heavy state, because I don't like slightly heavy. What it does, it activates rolling even without stamina. So if you're bad at making sure that you attack and be able to use your rolls at the same time, look at that, I have no more stamina and I'm rolling, which after you stop rolling takes 21, 22 to then start recharging your stamina. Second one is the Nameless One Amulet, after Andreas again, has a chance of none being consumed when using a pulse cell. That means if I'm healing, it doesn't necessarily consume a cell. So 11 cells could be 15, 16, 17. There was a couple of sixers. So you get a tremendous higher amount of cells in total. You're good at guarding, you're good at dodging, you're good at blocking. Well, I guess you won't need it, but it also doesn't really hurt to have. Now the final one is very interesting. Temporarily increases physical damage up in a successful attack. Now I'm using the Ouroboros Eye, which is only doing physical damage, so no elemental damage at all. And let's say I would do 5 light attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3,000 damage, right? 3,000 damage sounds fantastic. And the interesting part with this weapon is that also my heavy attacks is always 2 attacks. Yeah, it's 2 hits. It's not 1 hit. That's very important with the armor of the God Amulet, because look at my top left corner. There's a status effect. Now I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I will already have 300 damage more, but I'm also at the +5 stage of the amulet, right? And since damage varies and is not always the same, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again, higher damage. Interesting is, if I'm now going to go for my heavy attack, that counts as 2 charges into the amulet already. So with this heavy attack going 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm already doing the maximum plus damage that the amulet is offering you. Isn't that beautiful? And the effect stays for quite a while. I mean, it's 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So even if you have to dodge in between a bit, the effect still stays up for the consecutive temporarily bonus damage. Yes, the extreme modification amulet for weapon attack in proportion to number of fable slots is also nice. That's for special build, essentially. My biggest frame, heaviest converter, and cartridge. I'm currently at a physical damage reduction rate, defense of 266 and 43.95. The Iron Wall Amulet from later into the game increases physical damage reduction rate, which would bump us to 51.95%. That's quite significant against bosses later, and you just, in total percentual, have a better damage reduction. That one is quite late in your playthrough. As you enter the ruins of Trismegistus, there's going to be one of these soldier puppets bursting through a wall, and I know these soldier puppets are so annoying. And in my NG Plus playthrough, I did not actually kill him because I really couldn't be asked. I just ran past him and to save time for my little platinum speed run. Kill him, Iron Wall Amulet. Now we're kind of at 54% weight. That means I can put on like an even heavier frame if I wish to. Well, that's actually way more heavy. Now I have these 3 amulets with 54% weight. Essentially, I could take any special amulet, like the Nameless ones, the Arm of God, the bonus damage from Fable slots. All of these are possible. And for that, I just have to lower my damage reduction rate here a wee bit, which is still worth it because you have to consider I'm losing a significant chunk of weight, but I still have a good damage reduction rate just with a ring bonus. So that kind of works nicely together to then be able to equip one of the heavier amulets, especially since you're not going to have 4 slots right there. You're going to literally get 4 slots as you also get the Carius Amulet +1. So you got to consider that you're actually going down to 45% weight. Therefore, you can pick up a heavier frame again, and regardless of that, still wear any of the amulets without going heavy. Yeah, that's actually really good, isn't it? If you don't want to spend your Ergo though on these boss amulets, there's one really good one. And that's the Patience Amulet, which increases the stamina recovery speed. Now, stamina recovery speed comes in multiple flavors. I mean, you can be continuously hitting your enemy and then walk around him to hope that it recovers fast enough, right? You can be dodging and trying to avoid most of the attacks, and then it also straight up starts recovering, or do a combination of both and kind of be left hanging. But as obviously, if you deplete your stamina and then you straight up start running, then your stamina kind of stops recovering. With the Patience Amulet now and the increased stamina recovery speed, what happens is that it just goes a wee bit faster. Like, you notice you're barely done with a hit and it already starts before you can even start the next hit. And even if you're running and straight up let go, it's already there. I mean, between every single dodge, like I'm doing my double dodge, like even between those, it slightly starts straight away to recover again. It is a minimal effect, but it essentially just has these moments of I take 1-2 steps and it's already started a wee bit earlier to recover, which is quite nice. This will be found in the Melon District. There's the middle part with a big fire around it and the dude with the 2 club hands. And yes, you might have missed it because he is annoying to beat. He's stupid. He hits so much, and getting to the point where you actually clap his cheeks could be a challenge. If you have the puppet string, vastly easier. And also with a fire dagger, I just stabbed him to death because he kept burning and then he loses HP and I can get so many attacks in. Fire dagger, acidic crystal spear handle, easy life. Now, there's obviously amulets for max HP, max stamina more. Max stamina also really nice, just having more. He's max legion or motivity +4+. But these are just flat, minimal buffs and don't continuously help you, like the Health Regain Amulet, for example. There's two more special ones which are incredible, but that's more NG+. That would be the Awakened God's Amulet. Increases Fable Art's damage inflicted on a staggered enemy. So instead of actually hitting him staggered, you're going to do insane Fable Art damage. If you have a weapon that does that, that would be for killing Manus. And if you tend to guard a lot, the Impregnable Fortress Amulet from killing Lixasia. Upon a successful guard, weapon durability is not consumed. Not bad. That being said, these amulets carried me through my first playthrough at NG+1 without a problem. What I did is, depending on the boss and how I was faring HP wise, I always swapped out the Patience Amulet for the Nameless One's Amulet. So that's kind of like, am I doing well enough? Am I able to handle my stamina consumption? Nameless One Amulet. Am I running through the overworld trying to get to the boss? Patience Amulet. So that was just a little bit back and forth, give and take. The Armor of the God Amulet for bonus damage was nice, but at the end of the day, you can't deal damage if you're dead. Could definitely get to the point where you can use Nameless One together with the Armor of the God Amulet and then Iron Wall for damage reduction and Carious Amulet +1. That would be the ultimate 4-stack trinity to really have damage boost, to have super heal and not the continuous heal, even though I really do like the continuous heal. If you're now looking for 11 more ultimate tips within a game-breaking mechanic, enjoy, or every single boss beaten in case you get stuck on one with a little guide.